Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Short Pellet Answer Podcast. I am your boy Loy Lee. Today is will be Monday, J- February 1st. Hey, happy freaking February 2/1/21. I don't know what I'm saying. How's your ma? I am back 2 weeks in a row. Look at that. Let's just chalk that up. 2 weeks, two podcasts. Now I feel like I just got to get back into the swing of things. Whew. Last episode, pretty rough. As I was editing it, I was like, I probably shouldn't even just release this. Let's just call that batting practice and let that not see the light of day. But I'm lazy. I didn't want to redo it at any point, so I just said, "Well, let's hope for the best." It's been a long time, and this is. I did not let it discourage me. As horrible as I felt, I did not let that deter me from doing another one this week because that's where I am in life. I'm just going to put it out there, talk to you, have a conversation with everybody, and see how that is going on. How are you? It's good to be back. It's good to be back. What is there to talk about? Um, I'm trying to do new habits. I've been doing this thing called journaling. I don't know if you know what that is. It's like, or maybe it's journaling. I don't know. We just write down stuff, your thoughts, your feelings, your innermost hopes and dreams. I'm doing it just to like keep myself on pace and let myself know that I accomplish stuff throughout the day, as little as it might be, or as grand as I want you to think it is. I am accomplishing stuff, and I think a source of my depression comes from the fact that I don't feel like I accomplish anything on a day to day. I feel like a log, a lump on a log. Yeah, that's what I feel like. What rolls downstairs alone in their pairs and runs over your neighbor's dog. It's good for a snack. If it's on your back, it's log, log, log. That's what I feel like. I feel like I don't get anything accomplished. So, as a mental health exercise, I said, hey, let's just write some stuff down to do and then do it. Seems pretty simple, right? Write down what you think you should do and then do it, and it'll feel good when you like cross it off the list, and then you can look back. But also, it'll help you with this content creating and staying on track and having stuff to talk about. I'm talking about journaling, and then I'll just journal about talking about journaling. That's where my life is. um, what else? Journaling. I did want to talk about something, and at this point, I'll just look at my notes. I'll pretend I'm gonna stop pretending like I don't have notes and say, "Hey guys, look, I actually put down notes and see if I get to any of this." I have I read this article. I read this article that said, "Hey, people like under the age of 25 can't read cursive handwriting." That's right. People 25 and under are having a hard time reading cursive because they don't teach that in school anymore. And I stopped writing cursive not because, I mean, I know how to do it, and I thought that was very peculiar. And I figure, hey, if I started writing cursive, maybe I will open up that brain of mine and improve myself, and maybe I will like I print by hand and it's barely legible. And I said, "Hey, maybe if I do cursive again, maybe my handwriting will be legible. Maybe I will put the effort into making it pretty because, when I was a kid, you didn't care. You just did it. That stupid big line that you wrote in with like the little dotted line in the middle so you knew the halfway point. I hated that shit. Why? Because I was horrible at it. You looked at it and it looks like I was holding a crayon with my full fist trying to write like I was a caveman or a Klingon or something. And then you look at my print and it looks like I'm doing exactly the same thing. Like, Do you have all of your fingers, or are you just trying to make do with like the two that God gave you? That's what my penmanship looks like. And it's embarrassing. And now that I'm like working with the public, I was like, hey, maybe I should clean up my penmanship, and I don't know how to do it. So I was trying to do cursive. So I started writing cursive again, shake those cobwebs off, try to unlock that part of the brain where, I don't know, the creative side and I don't know. I don't know. I don't have the answers, people. I'm a freaking idiot, and I said, "Hey, why don't I just try to write cursive again?" And because your handwriting is trash, I'm gonna make them do a more difficult thing that a lot of people can't read, and I'm gonna try to make it better that way. It's horrible. Like, I know what I'm writing, but I have to look at it because the things that bother me is all of it. Actually, it's all uh, it's just prettier chicken scratch. Um, Handwriting, cursive. Check that off the list. Hey, look at you, Loy. 5 minutes in and you're accomplishing shit. That's dope. But I feel like I've gotten better because I've tried my hardest to make it look better, and I know what it's supposed to look like, and I'm kind of like making the the artistic adjustments that make things look better. Like, the M. If you don't know, the M is like three humps. And you go, why would there be three humps? There's only two humps in the letter M. I don't know. So I just started making it through. I just started making it two humps. In the N, two humps. But you're like, Loy, isn't that an M? No, no, the M is three humps. Remember? So now I'm just, I don't know. I'm trying. I'm really just trying to improve myself, people. That's the whole thing that I've been doing this whole time. Uh, I've been trying to cook more. Apparently, my wife loves it, and I followed the directions. I'm pretty good at guessing, reading, and then guessing. Reading and going, that's cool. That's how you're supposed to do it. Cool story, bro. I'm gonna do it a different way. I'm gonna do it like basically the way you do it, but then definitely not the way the recipe says. Because I'm only gonna meet you halfway. You give me instructions, I'm gonna meet you somewhere in the middle, and I'm gonna hope for the best. And so I've been cooking a lot, and I've come to the realization that my palate, like my understanding of dishes that exist, very small. I know how to make like six meals, six different dishes from like my childhood, and I don't know how to make really anything else. And one of them spaghetti, deviled eggs, and freaking garlic rice. I know how to do that. I know how to make fried eggs, scrambled eggs with shrimp. That's a weird Chinese one, right? And I've been making a lot of yellow curry. I didn't realize how simple that was. Yellow curry, chicken, onions, garlic, potatoes, water, can of coconut milk, and curry paste, and that is it. And you just fucking put it in a pan and 30 minutes. Let that son of a bitch boil for 30 minutes. That's it. I thought it was gonna be way more difficult. Nope. Nope. Basically chicken, onion. Basically chicken, potatoes, curry paste, coconut milk, and 30 minutes. That is really all you need. And my wife loves it. She's like, "Oh my god, you're an amazing cook!" Like, "Oh my god, oh my god, give me a goddamn Michelin star already." That's what I love about my wife. She fucking loves all of, like, she makes me feel like fucking Ming can cook. Yen can cook? Yen. Yen. What's the guy's name? Yen can cook, right? That's the guy? Ming Sai? Uh, I'm butchering that. Yen can cook. fuck. I don't know. My brain just. I was doing so well. 10 minutes in, and then my brain just said, "Yep, we're out." But no, my wife makes me feel amazing when I cook because she seems to just love everything that I do, and you need that. You need that in your life. Um, but she pumps me up. She pumps me up, and I feel like I should just get a Michelin star. I don't even have a restaurant. I don't work in a restaurant. And then someone's just gonna knock on my door and be like, "Hey, I smell. Is that curry paste? Here's a Michelin star, sir." That's my wife makes me feel like that could happen. But it comes down to like I just don't know enough things to go. Yeah, I could probably do that. I can make that. I've been making this thing that apparently is very specific to and New England and Chinese food restaurants, like that Chinese American restaurant that's found solely in New England. And if you're from New England, you know exactly what I mean. The places that have poo poo platters for two and scorpion bowls, like those places. There's a dish. There's a dish that you can get there that is my absolute childhood favorite, and I've been making that a lot lately. It's called lobster sauce. And you might say, "Hey, Loy, I've never been to New England, but I know exactly what lobster sauce is. It's at the restaurant that I grew up at." And I'll tell you, no, it's probably wrong. If your lobster sauce is not brown, if your lobster sauce has vegetables in it, you can go pound sand because that's not the same thing. That's what I learned when I moved to DC and LA and Albuquerque. I realized, like, oh, nobody knows what lobster sauce is, and you can't get it anywhere, so I have to cook it myself. And now I know you're at home saying like, "Hey, Lloyd, well, what is lobster sauce? How much lobster do you put in this sauce?" And it's a grand total of zero. You don't put dick of lobster dick. That doesn't even make sense, Lloyd. You don't put any in lobster sauce. It's like there's no dog in hot dog that we know of. It's kind of like that, right? There's no pepper in pepperoni. Does that even make sense, Loy? I don't know. Oh, this is getting weird. There is no lobster in lobster sauce. Basically, it's a brown sauce with ground pork, and we put shrimp in it. And there's like black bean sauce. It's very specific to New England. If you've ever been to Boston, you ever been to Kowloon, you ever been to any like Chinese restaurant in New England, and it's probably on at least the lunch menu. And it reminds me of my childhood. My wife has never had it until I made it for her, and never had it or until she went to New England. I took her to Boston. Took her to Maine one time. I took her to Maine and took her to my godfather's restaurant. Rest in peace, Andy. And she fell in love with it, and which was amazing because that's like the thing that I most associate with my childhood. And it's just ground pork with a gravy, and you throw some shrimp in there and you put it on rice, and it feels like home. It feels like home, like a grilled cheese sandwich and like tomato soup, like after school. Like that's what that feels like to me. So I've been making that a lot lately. I had to like, and I found out that it's like super specific, not only by moving but trying to find the um the recipe online, and it's nowhere to be found. I found it in like one small crux, one small corner of the internet, and I'll tell you what it is. I mean, I'm not making it for you. I'm not gonna like hide the recipe. It's your recipe. Go have at it. Go look up Kowloon's lobster sauce. Kowloon is a restaurant on Route 1 right outside of Boston. And if you've ever been to Boston, you ever spent any time in Boston, you know Kowloon. Kowloon is like that place where it's a raging shit show, and they serve Chinese food. I think they do comedy there. I've never done comedy there, um, but I do believe there's like a Kowloon comedy night, and it's on Route 1 in Saugus, right up by like where Hilltop Steakhouse used to be. Look for the big cactus neon sign if it's still there. But Kowloon is dope. That's where I found it. That's where I found the instructions, and my wife loves it. So I've been talking about cooking. Are you hungry? Are you hungry? Let's check that off. Cooking, dope. Check that off. Uh, been binge watching. Been watching a decent amount of stuff lately. Netflix just announced a new series, a new spin-off series called Valhalla, Vikings Valhalla. I'm there. I'm all about there. I didn't even finish the first Vikings series. I left it somewhere, I don't know, in the fourth or fifth season. So I've been kind of like trying to push through that. And spoiler alert. Once Ragnar dies, I kind of lost interest. Like Game of Walking Dead when Glenn dies, I'm like, okay, I'm out. And then they brought him back. I was like, okay. 4 episodes later, they kill him. I'm like, okay, I'm out. I'm definitely out this time. I'm definitely out. Once they got rid of Ragnar Lothbrok, I was like, okay, I guess this could be its own series, right? I don't know. So I'm just kind of watching it just because I feel the need to finish these things. Like I am just trying to put away series that I've started and I haven't finished because again, I suffer from depression and I'm trying my best to just feel like I've achieved something. The Wire finished it. Sopranos finished it. Seinfeld finished it. Arrested Development finished finished it. So I'm trying to push through Vikings, and the new season came out, and then they announced Valhalla. So I was like, okay, I will do my best to finish this. I'm gonna get to Sons of Anarchy at some point. I'm like on the last season, and I just don't care anymore. Yeah. So I don't know. I feel like once I'm done, I'm like, done. Okay, check that shit off. And there's like a weight lifted off of my chest, and there's like I feel like I'm just unlocking achievement badges. Like my whole life stops for just pauses for a moment, and then I just see the badge. Finished. Better Call Saul. 5 points. I don't even know when that's coming back. I don't know. The same feeling that I had. I feel like Wonder Woman 1984, 1985, whatever that one is, should have an achievement unlock badge because that shit was difficult to watch. Every Christmas we try. Me and the wife, we have this tradition. Me and the wife have this Christmas time tradition that we will pass on to the ages. Probably not, but we go to see a movie. We usually do that weird Catholic Filipino thing and open presents the night before, and then we have got the whole day to do literally nothing. So we go see a movie, and this year, um, I was just really impressed that the movies were open. Not gonna lie, I'm just impressed that the movie theater was a thing still. So we went there and we saw that there was literally nothing. We did not recognize a single thing on the docket. Sure, we probably should have saw Soul, but at the time of watching, I didn't know what it was. We didn't recognize anything. Shit, I would have watched like Goonies or something. Put something that I recognized and I would have watched it. But we're like, oh, we liked the first Wonder Woman. It was very enjoyable. I liked it. Great storytelling. Gal Gadot is not hard to watch. Acting, yeah, but I mean generally, not hard to look at. So we watched that, and I'm not gonna lie to you. An hour and a half in, I was like, "Are we still doing this? We're still doing this. We still talking about that shit? Fuck." 2 hours in, I was like, okay, guys, let's wrap it up. Let's fucking get done with this. We're fucking dying over here. Spoiler alert. like the bulk of it really comes in like the last 20 minutes. And like the character development is trash. I'm not a fan of any movie where they have multiple bad guys. Like the comic book movies where it's like one bad guy, it's pretty solid. When they go two bad guys that are doing two different things, and the one superhero's got to figure that out, it's trash, right? What's the Tobey Maguire Venom Sandman movie? Yeah, that one trash. I'm sure there's other ones, but that's the one that sticks out of my head. Okay, 20 minutes in. I do want to take a moment and let you guys know that um, I know I know we're all having like a difficult time out there. Some of us more than others, and it's been trying. A lot of us have. I have changed my profession. I went in I went back to my old profession actually. I went back and now I'm selling cell phones again. I go from podcasting, telling dick jokes to room full of strangers to trying my best to not tell dick jokes to a room full of strangers and sell cell phones at the same time. That's a challenge every day. I, I know that some of us are changing professions, still looking for a job, and I want to recommend something. It's like the hack, it's the cheat code. It's amazing. If you're looking for a job and you're applying online, you're applying on like LinkedIn, Google Jobs, Indeed, and you're not getting anywhere. Check out Jobseer.ai/loylee and Jobseer is an AI powered tool. Looks at your resume, matches you, gives you like a score to like how well your resume matches this job. And there's a whole bunch of company insights, like you know. A whole bunch of company insights like salary and where they're located and a whole bunch of other stuff. And on top of that, like it shows you how well you're matched. Not only that, it will help detect and highlight and prioritize jobs that are coming out there just for you. So it's literally cutting down your search by like 50%. You're going to get hired 10 times faster and it's free. It's a Chrome extension. You download it at jobseer.ai/loylee and download it for your Chrome extension, and it automatically pops up. Continue going on in Indeed, Google Jobs, and and LinkedIn, and all of that information just plugs in, and it shows you like how you fare with that job, but also like where you can improve. It also will give you recruiter contact information, all of the things you need to get a step ahead of anyone that's not using it. It's everything you need to get a jump on getting the job that perfectly matches you and your priorities and your wants and your needs. And I know it's freaking scary out there. And I know it's like we're out there and we're just throwing our resume into the abyss and trying to figure out where did we go wrong. Jobseer.ai/loylee. It's again, it's free. It's a Chrome extension, and it's really gonna give you a leg up. I recommend it. I do. And I want the best for you guys. So when we do get out of this COVID lockdown, we all have money. We all have a job that best suits us. And then when I come to your town, you have money to come spend and hang out with me so I can tell dick jokes. Jobseer, jobseer.ai/loyally. That's JOBSEER.ai/loyally and get hired today. Okay, guys, that's amazing. Okay, we're gonna add a few minutes to the clock, shall we? What else is happening? I learned so much this week about the stock market. I don't know anything about the stock market. I know, like, hey, there's companies you should have invested in, and now they're too expensive to invest in. But if you had known before, you could have done it, and now you could have been rich. That's all I know about the stock market. I saw Wolf of Wall Street once, and looks like it's run by a bunch of lunatics. But I was like, it's a movie. What's the probability of the government allowing something so monumental like the like Wall Street to be run by a bunch of sociopaths? Not can't be true. And then I read up on this GameStop shit, and apparently it's worse than Wolf of Wall Street. Apparently, the stock market makes less sense to me now. I understand the nuts and bolts of it, like shorting and how people raise the price to screw over the hedge funds. Who told? Like nobody told me how hedge funds work. I thought they were just investing money, but no. Apparently, it's so much more devious than that. I don't know. It was astounding how much of what's out there I don't know. I learned it and I go, huh. Now, what are we short? What are they shorting next? Because I want to get on in on this, and I am I am really astounded that this is legal. This is how, like, not even is it legal. Like that is how the game is played. Uh, like in in the like all of the hedge funds guys, all the rich guys that are losing money, they're upset because we finally understand how to play. And I'm sure there's more to it, but they're upset and they're like, "Oh, it shouldn't be legal." The thing that we've been doing since day one, the thing that we've built this industry on, we shouldn't be able to do now that everybody else figured out how to do it. And it's like the guy that played basketball back in the day when it was like a peach basket and a volleyball or a soccer ball or whatever fucking ball they used, and then he learned how to dunk. He was the first person to dunk, and nobody else could dunk. Why? Because he was taller than everybody else, so he's dunking, bam, bam, all the way through the whole game. He's just dunking. He's the only person that knows how to use his left hand to dribble and dunk, and he's dunking, and then somebody else comes along and posterizes him, and he's like, "Yui, why would you let them do that?" It's like, bro, you've been dunking the whole time. But yeah, but now that he does it, we shouldn't be able to do it. That's what I took out of this. And if you're sitting at home and you're like, Loy, you're a fucking idiot. That's not how any of that works. I, it's fine. It's fine. That's how none of it works. I'm okay with that. That is just how my brain can grasp what has happened. And if you could try to explain to me that I am wrong, I believe you. I would believe you that I'm wrong, and I wouldn't understand when you tried to explain it. So, I mean, you're talking to an idiot here. If you've listened to any podcast prior to this, you'd be like, yeah, that makes sense that you think that's how that works. And you just pat me on the head and go, okay, stop eating glue. But I'm glad this whole stock market thing has saved GameStop. I don't know where else I would sell old games for 50 cents on the dollar. And when I meant 50 cents a dollar, I mean $1.50 for all of my games. But they're still in business. Hooray. What else? I didn't win the lottery. I know you guys were wondering, like, hey, Loy's gone. Did he win the lottery? I didn't win the lottery. I'm not a 1.07 billionaire. Um, I'm not. So here I am. I'm just checking this shit off. I've got a list and I'm checking it off. Vikings, we talked about that. A Wonder Woman. Oh, look at all of that. What else have I been watching? We're gonna go. We're gonna finish that. We're gonna talk about what I've been watching, and we're gonna get out of here. Um, I watched that new movie that's been hyped with Denzel Washington and Jared Leto. It's called The Little Things. It's like a thriller cop suspense. It's in LA, so you know I'm gonna watch. It's filmed in LA. I love that shit. It's very nostalgic. But I'll tell you this. I'm gonna spoil it for you. If you're like, hey, should I watch it? What is it about? Is it worth the time? I'll tell you this. Don't watch it. Spoiler alert. You ready? I'm gonna break it down in a sentence. Little things. Jared Leto, Denzel Washington, um, and the guy that played Freddie Mercury, Remy Malik. Yeah, that guy. Uh, here's the whole breakdown. Denzel Washington, old grizzled cop, murders somebody back in the day, covers it up. Remy Malik murders somebody, they cover it up, and that's it. That is it. They kill Jared Leto and they make it okay because they think Jared Leto did it, whether he did it or not, with zero proof that he did it. Just a hooked on a feeling. They go, we think you did it, and then they murder him and then they cover it up. That is it. Pretty grim. That's it. Is it worth watching? No. Great performances, not worth it because it's everyone's fear. It's like every suspense thriller. Did he do it? Did he not do it? And they just got tired of playing the who done it and they just killed him. They said, "Fuck it. You did it. Guilty. And I'm the judge, jury, and executioner. Bury the body." Figured out nobody's looking out. Nobody's looking for this loser. There it is. That's my that is my the little things. Synopsis talked about Vikings, Queen's Gambit. I love that actress. She is my favorite redhead, and she is not my. She replaced Emma Stone as my favorite redhead, and she's not even a real redhead. So I am conflicted, and she is my favorite redhead now to the point where I picked up playing chess, just like a billion other people who saw it that go, hey, well, she could do it, I could do it. No, I just said, hey, I'm a knucklehead. I should probably try to improve my odds in survival in life. Let me be a contributing member to society and learn how to play chess. But Emma Stone has never made me want to learn a game that I am fundamentally horrible at and try to improve myself. So there's that. I've been seeing clips and people have been asking me about the two reality shows called House of Ho and Bling Empire. And it's basically Crazy Rich Asians meets Jersey Shore is basically what it is. And if you've listened to any more than 3 episodes of this podcast, you know exactly how I feel about this shit. I don't relate. I'm okay with it. It's whatever. This whole crazy rich Asian stereotype that started apparently prior to Crazy Rich Asians is it's a thing, and they're steering right into it. And I'm just happy to see more Asian people on TV, even if it's the same fucking trope. I'm okay with it. It's a new trope. At least some of these guys are fucking, right? Some of these guys are like, hey, wow, he's so sexy. I'm with that. I'm for all of that shit. I don't even get mad at people who like K-pop because there is some level of admiration which is not present when I was a kid. So yeah, K-pop, all about it. House of Ho, Bling Empire. If that's your shit, go for it. I'm all about that 90 Day Fiance. It's because that's a train wreck, and they're not all Asian. So, anything else I've been watching? Oh, okay. I'll leave on this. I'm so excited. See, I feel better about completing tasks. I am borderline euphoric because I feel like I've accomplished something. The serotonin levels in my brain skyrocketed. Okay, so I have in the vein of trying to improve myself, I have started reading, and I started reading the 100 books that you should read before you die. That I got inspiration from another Denzel Washington movie because I watched Little Things. I had to see a different Denzel Washington movie, and I did. And I watched The Equalizer, and it's an action movie. He's a former CIA agent that works at Home Depot. Not relevant, really. But he's reading. He's reading 100 books before you die. The 100 books before you die. And because of that, I was like, you know what? I'm going to start that. So I started reading. I started with 1984, or is it 85? Whichever is not the Wonder Woman one. So that's what I've been doing. Again, I'm on the road to improving myself. I'm on the road to being consistent. So, on that note, I challenge you to do what you can to improve yourself. And maybe, especially if you're suffering from depression, you're suffering from being down in the dumps, blue, if you will, challenge yourself to do something better today than you did yesterday and see if that doesn't improve your mood. And if you're on the job hunt, Jobseer.ai/loylee. It's free. It's the cheat sheet. It's the code. It's the hack. It's the hookup. If you're applying for your jobs on Indeed, Google Jobs, or LinkedIn, I urge you to try it and see if you can get a leg up and get hired today. Okay, guys? I love you very, very much. I appreciate you. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe this. If you are listening to this, we do have a video portion of this. If you are just watching this, we do have an audio portion of this found everywhere you find podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify, Apple, Google, all of those places. And it's on YouTube. Basically, youtube.com/loylee comedy. Short, Pale, and Handsome podcast for Monday, February 1st. I love you guys very mucho. Very, very mucho. Tell your ma I said hi. Okay, bye bye.